Okay. Hello? The fuck was that? Hello? Am I just tired? Am I seeing things?
Xeno?
Hey, how the fuck do you know my name?
I didn't think you would recognize me.
I can't see you.
Would it be easier if I was in the light? Ah!
Come on, light switch. There we go. Bonnie?
Hey, little cousin.
I was aware you died. How are you here?
I've been here for a while. Then again, I've talked to you before.
What happened to you?
If I'm quite frank, I don't actually remember. Not very well, at least. To the best of my knowledge, it had something to do with my dad.
I knew he was a monster, but I didn't know he was like that.
I did some digging, and I found out what was used.
He did this?
I mean, the claw mark resembles the one on the generator now. And what's strong enough to make that big of a bruise? But I haven't been far from you.
Wouldn't have thought Blake would have done that. At least
It wasn't
not intentionally.
him, technically. So you are right there. I
Insane.
felt kind of cooped up in that suit, so I decided to take it out. Once.
BlackRabbit?
Mm-hmm.
You're meaning to tell me that my cousin is living in one of the models within my own facility?
That is exactly what I'm saying, you know.
What the? I... You didn't do anything to deserve this.
guess, in a way, to him I did.
No, you didn't. He's fucking insane. Why would he do this to his own daughter?
He didn't want me to know the truth. Little did he know, he gave me a key. Turns out I'm not the first person who's gotten killed.
You're so against him.
Does the name Jeremy Fitzgerald ring any bells?
Yeah, he was connected to Fazbear's. At least the name was used under a ex-night god for the Genius location with the toys. As well as there was an original connection with that name with the Fazbear models, or that defunct Fazbear location here.
Jeremy is my father. It turns out he moved to try and clear his name.
Jeremy Fitzgerald is Fritz Glade?
Crazy people do crazy things.
I'm looking into that place now. I'm curious.
I heard that there were a few other deaths because of him. He wasn't very joyous to find out that I was
Taking into his past.
Yeah. Also, not to mention grave robbery apparently is on his record.
I can't believe he would do something like that to his own daughter. Like, I know how shit people can be within Fazbear's. William Afton is a big name. But I don't feel like he would have been a type of person who would kill his own kids like that. What the fuck? That's fucked up.
The blood on his hands. So he used one of his strongest models to do so instead. My voice was very simple.
Now I
Yes,
guess that's why you found it so easily.
honestly, I thought my sight would come back, being with spirit. I guess not.
Is it that way in the suit?
Not entirely. It is hard to see out of my right eye. At least the eye isn't fully missing, so.
It's
Not as gruesome as it looks, though. The flowers are all too uncomfortable.
yeah.
I learned a few things while I've been wandering. One is that there's more spirits than we can see, obviously. Two is
Spirits.
some things that don't have anything to do with the cause of death often happen due to a relative.
So you're saying
The flower is actually because of our bond when we were kids.
so
It softens the impact.
Okay, you know what? Stone, Sarah, guys, I'm sorry, I'm restarting with Blake's code. It's gonna be a few days before he's back. Because if you're still here, there's a chance he still is as well. There's a chance that he could have caused the thing with Blake. So since he's here, and Blake isn't functional...
Let me see the code. I can't exactly interact.
It's open on the computer here. Here.
Hey, look at that string. It's kind of flickering. Look at it.
Yeah.
No one else has that. Look.
Let me pull up Stone's code. What the fuck? Why does Stone have the regular lines of code and Blake have these odd... This code's not permanent,
Spirits can possess things like suits. Who's to say they can't possess malware as well? I haven't tried it, but I know I can shut Sara off if I were to try.
You know what?
I genuinely think we don't exactly have much of a choice. We might have to restart him entirely.
Take this. Okay. We've removed that code. I'm still restarting Blake's to make sure there's no retaining thing, but I have...
Knowing him, he can hide it easily.
Yeah. I have a copy, so...
If I'm right, then... Knowing my father and his intelligence, it's more than likely that he would have hidden another few lines of it that can reform themselves into another line of that exact same malware.
Yeah. This is not nearly my line of expertise. I know some things, but I've been learning along the way. I'm surprised they trust me.
None of them exactly know who I am. Just They knew I was dead, and they knew that I had a grudge against Fritz. I never really thought to ask more into it, though.
They probably assumed your name. I wonder if they're at all curious on truly what happens to you. Do know, Blake's no longer going to remember anything.
It's still very hard to look at the model.
Oh, I know.
Knowing, one, that it was my father's work, and two, the fact that I got the bruise and my eye gouged out before I died was not the best.
Yeah.
For the record, I bled out rather than just...
Yeah. Clearly. It's good to see you again, even if you're dead.
I'm just glad that I get to see you again.
Yeah.
That's probably the main reason I haven't moved on yet.
Chance to get to see me again.
I was pretty stubborn, and I still am. In fact, I don't think I can leave anymore.
I think you're stuck.
Yeah, it's more than likely. okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Last time we saw each other was when I was in the hospital. Did you know they never got that bullet out? It's still there.
I wasn't aware.
High stress can cause issues because of that fucking thing.
You know, you see a lot of people on the other side. I suppose when it comes to close connection, that's the only way you can really see me. Or because we're blood related, I don't know. But I did end up seeing that guy. Yeah. I kind of punched him. Listen, you might... Hey. He admits that he deserves it. He doesn't blame me for what you did.
I guess that's a relief, but doesn't mean that it doesn't still hurt.
If it makes you feel any better, at least you're not my dad.
Yeah, well, it doesn't mean it doesn't give a person night traumas.
I can understand.
I mean,
Even here in death, he still kind of relives some of it.
It's not every day that you have blood on your hands.
Yeah, well, it's not every day that you're dead.
Yes, that too.
It is kind of weird, though.
Yeah.
I always thought the ghosts were constrained to one place.
Depends. It depends on if the way animatronic possession, or I guess in the way your 3D printed suit works, functions a hell of a lot differently than a regular haunting.
That's from what I understand, probably. Say, how have Athena been doing?
As good as two idiots in the American teaching districts can be, it's alright.
Understandable.
I mean, I liked the job. Just couldn't see myself doing that for the rest of my life.
Well, I suppose that does set us apart.
I mean,
I wonder how those poor kids are doing. When we moved, I ended up taking up a job as a daycare attendant. I worked with a bunch of special needs children.
Yeah. I think I remember your dad telling me about that. Momentarily. Before.
I wonder how those kids are going. How their schooling's going.
Hopefully it's going well.
I hope so.
A person could never really know.
Sorry.
Yeah. Before your dad went insane, you tended to brag about all the things that you had accomplished to my parents. They kind of just wrote it off as him trying to be pain in the ass. I don't know.
I mean, back then he actually cared. Especially since his mom was gone.
Yeah.
I'll never know what happened. What caused that. What caused him.
To me, it seems like he was never truly, never truly a good person.
I probably just tried to lie to myself.
He probably lied to get things that he wanted.
And unfortunately, some people are like that.
More people than you would think nowadays. It's 2 a.m. Almost
You should
leaning
go.
towards 3. If Athena learns I've been gone this long, I might get a fucking nail to the back of the head. It was nice seeing you, Bonnie.
Well,
It was nice
you
seeing
know
you.
where I'll be.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, little guy.